Good evening, and welcome back to another episode of Once Upon a Witchlight. As always, we would really appreciate it if you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and check that bell so you never miss an episode. As always, while I'm reading these comments, make sure you leave a comment below, and next time, maybe yours will be included. First up, quote, "The sad, hushed way," Mace said. "What does it say, Nikki? Broke my freaking heart. The emotions you guys put forth make me have faith in people." Number two, the audio sensation that's sweeping the nation, the gift to please any and all ornithologists with its accuracy, bird calls with Torbeck. Reserve a copy while supplies last. Number three, Twig holding her arms out and going, "What the fuck is this?" when she found out that she was wood is fucking hilarious. And lastly, no deals. 5 minutes later, let's make a deal. So, like I said, please leave a comment below, let us know what you like, and of course, while you're at it, make sure you check out our merch shop, our Patreon, and go to thecrookedmoon.com and become a VIP today for our very first Kickstarter. Thank you, and good night.
Roll that beautiful bean footage, Rich.
Once upon a witchlight hour, the sleeping queen stirred in her tower, and through grand halls past lock and key came to her slumber dreams of three. The first brought laughter filled with fright, the second love defiled by spite, the third a world of pure delight. She welcomed these, they were her own, but soon from porcelain lips a groan, her silvery dreamscape now forsaken, to pain from which she'd not awaken. Something blighted had come hither, foul as nightshade creeping thither. From yon the grave-like curse did wither. The little prince wept in his spire, his wounded heart had one desire. A ballad from the dreaming queen could turn his maelstrom mind serene. He vowed her rescue, speech sincere, but toys would be his shield and spear, and so he scoured for 1 full year. In springtime wreathed in parenthood, the prince first found a toy of wood, a doll set, beasts and wild things, but listen close and each one sings a song of child, owl, and bear, a song that calls the spirits there, a song for monsters with much hair. When summer heat steamed like a kettle, the prince then found a toy of metal, a rocking horse with ashen mane, around its neck was draped a chain. Its horn and eyes and nose shoot flame, with mighty hooves and sturdy frame, no better steed one could proclaim. He searched from autumn's harvest throne, the prince then found a toy of bone, lettered blocks stacked to the sky, when turned to words could only lie. Deceit known to the hounds of hell makes for a potent hex or spell, of souls, of sin, of Shadowfell. Through winter's chill from peak to pass, the prince then found a toy of glass, marble spun in measured motion, like careful thought or certain notion, each glinting cat's eye seeing all, from stars beyond the cosmic sprawl, to inner strength and mind's recall. When season stopped, the final day, at last the prince found halves of clay. He shed a tear, this would not do. His favorite toy was split in two. It stank and had a horrid face, but in his heart held special place. Through toil this crack he would erase. The day has come, no time for rest. The fateful toys placed in a chest, with stripes of white and stripes of red, just like a big top by his bed. The little prince prepares a flower for either outcome, sweet or sour, and makes a wish for love, for power. Once upon a witchlight hour.
The mists part to reveal a primeval forest. A fragrant breeze wafts between the enormous trees, sending motes of pollen dancing into the air. Patches of sunlight kiss the forest floor, and the sweet melody of birdsong echoes all around as your bodies change. Upon stepping into this place, you are no longer the person you were in hither, but now, where you stand, is a small mushroom person with an eternal smile plastered across your face. Your only form of movement are small hops that can be made with your mushroom body. As you attempt to speak out to each other, you realize that your ability to speak any of the languages that you knew previously is altered, but not gone. Your words only escape your smiling lips in the form of song. With this realization, also comes the realization that your movement is not limited to small hops, but can be increased with the art of dance. You have all found yourself in this enormous forest ahead of you. The pathway that had led into this place from hither is slowly winding away into thither and disappearing into the trees, where everything is overgrown. There is no direct route anywhere, and the trees are far too tall for you to see which direction is the proper direction to go. But that is not your immediate concern, because as you hop around looking at each other, goofy smiles plastered on your face, it is hard to overcome this love of song that you feel billowing up inside of yourself. Unsure of what kind of entity you have found yourself to become, it seems almost core to its nature. Its music, the song, the dance, and you are almost overcome by it.
Do we notice that we're mushrooms?
Yeah.
And so we
You can speak, but it's sing-songy or it's actual songs, but you can't just speak outright.
Why have we all become turned into mushrooms? What's become of us now?
Oh no! This is the worst one! Always! Oh god! What the fuck? I don't know about you guys, I think it's kinda nice. And I'll bounce forward as I dance. I'll do a little shimmy.
You notice that with the pep in your step, the innate dance of your movements, that you are able to propel yourself much further, gaining about plus 10 to your speed.
Oh. I apologize if you already said this, but I forget how we were like physically traveling as we turned into mushrooms.
You were walking.
We were walking. Okay.
With Twig.
With
Right.
Twig.
Right.
She's also been transformed in this way.
Are you looking for Twig?
I am.
That was gonna be my next question.
Yes, roll a perception check.
Ooh. That's where I'm acceptably decent. It's gonna be. It's gonna be 9.
You look around and you see the top of Twig's mushroom hat. She still seems to be strapped to Gideon's back as she had been when you were making your way in here, but she is slumped over on his shoulder. She appears to be asleep.
And so we're like we don't have legs.
No,
Do you have arms?
no.
Are we moving around?
You
like-
you are literally you're what's known as a campestry. You have mushroom tops, like toadstool caps, and all of your toadstool caps are varying colors: red, purple, blue, green, whatever color you would prefer for yourself. Brown.
Am I still hairy? Am I a hairy mushroom?
You know what? Yeah, it's pretty
Why do you see
gross
a
too.
very
I have like fuzzy. I'm like a
Yes,
fuzzy
Hootsie
mushroom.
is also a mushroom. Of
an
all
even
of you
moldier
that
mushroom.
have made your way into thither, have transformed into these campestry creatures, and you, your face is for the most part smooth. You don't have a nose, all but a small little bump where a nose might be, and just a wide, smiling, jubilantly happy expression plastered on your mouth.
Our torsos are stems that reach
Yes.
the ground.
So I can't
Yes.
And
frown
then
if
we
I
like
want to.
we move forward. We sort
No,
of,
you can hop.
Oh, we just hop.
Yes.
Okay, so
The
sort of like
Fantasia
the
mushroom.
Fantasia
Yeah.
mushrooms. That's
Yeah.
what I'm picturing. And what has happened to our gear?
You imagine that it's still like merged into your body, that it's somehow part of you. It's not that you've lost it, but with no arms, you have no access to it.
Can we not change our facial expressions? Like we're just
No,
permanently...
you are permanently smiling.
Oh, Hoochie, you're so cutesy. Hoochie, you're so cute as a mushroom bean.
She is smaller than the rest of you
Oh,
by a
that's so
significant
cute.
amount.
Look at Gid, he can't even dance at all. It pains me to look at you.
Why is everyone talking like that? Jamona! Oh no, what does it mean?
That's perfect.
If I could turn back time, if I could find a way, I'd go back to that festival and never come to the Fae.
Guys! I found a loophole! My cousin Curtis was in a band called Brain Creek, and he said this was singing. Chicka chicka bugga chicka bugga chicka bugga chicka bugga chicka bugga chicka bugga chicka.
And I double bass it out. As I just go forward.
And you do. You propel yourself very quickly at an additional 10 to your speed.
Hey, Twig!
You call out to Twig and you get no response.
Oh, gods.
On his back. On Gideon's back. Look at back. On Gideon's back.
I can fucking see that.
No reason to yell.
I'm just trying to figure out, what has she done? Sweet Jesus, what has she done?
She's a puppet.
You doing that is hurting my voice. I can't even contemplate that.
Roll a perception check as you're standing next to Gideon.
Big numbers.
12.
Oh.
Okay. The DC was 10. You're standing right next to Gideon. Yes. You hop a few times to get a good look, and you see that it's not necessarily that Twig is sleeping, but she appears to be completely inanimate.
Oh no.
I use my mushrooms, my mushroom stand
Please don't. Please stop.
to smack her off. To smack her off Gideon's back.
Stop. In the name of love. Before you hurt our friend.
I don't stop.
You're trying to knock Twig off of Gideon's back.
Yeah.
Knowing full well, hold on.
Wake the fuck up.
I'm saying this right now just to help you. Knowing full well that you guys do not have arms or a way to pick her back up.
Yeah. Well, I probably can't do it very well.
Well, you're gonna have to roll for it.
Okay.
What would you have someone roll to knock someone off of a back?
Dexterity or
Yeah.
sleight of hand, sleight of
Or
face.
athletics.
Yeah, do athletics.
3.
Okay, yeah, no, you are not very good at it. You are attempting to do this as you hop up and down, but all you seem to be capable of doing is knocking her torso from one side to the other, and with the sound of clacking wood, you watch as Twig's torso is just flipped from one side to the other, her dangling marionette hands. The strings and the controls smacking into the ground with every nudge.
Tormek wants to know where we're going. This is very concerning. What do you
Well, we went into the woods today, and we were in for a big surprise.
I guess from a certain point of view, spoken word is like singing. Ain't that right? Just all you have to do is like bob your head. And that's none of
Yeah,
a
just
loophole,
got a
right?
musical cadence.
We've proven that music is
Well, what should we do about this? I wanna die.
Granny, I think you should follow me. This is quite easy. Anyone could do it, even a flea. I'm doing laughs around these fuckers.
Yeah, he's doing laps, and so I point, and I'm like, we have to trust in the Greco, hard as it might be.
Oh. I think I can probably just speak to this cadence just like the Baron taught me, and it's sort of, I guess, just follow Greco. Walking down the path. Walking down the path.
Stepping on the beat, stepping on the beat.
I follow.
Come on, let's go.
We go forward.
Come on, Gideon.
Torbeck is definitely enjoying dancing, like alongside, to keep up with Rico.
You are dancing ahead. You are dancing ahead, giving in to the musical nature that has come with this new body of yours. And it becomes, two things become clear to you very quickly. That the forest is getting denser, and that the path that you're on is slowly disappearing into nothing. And that you will be forced to just venture through the forest with no path to guide you. And that Gideon, without the pep in his step, is significantly further behind.
Minus 20 to speed.
As all he can do is hop, and you are minus 10 to your speed.
Oh no.
Gideon, why does it look like you are trying to traverse and not draw the attention of the Shiolu?
Gideon,
Your rhythm is gone.
come on, buddy, don't you giddy up. Gideon, come on, why don't you giddy up?
Guess who's back? Way back here. Back in the forest.
He already did that one.
I couldn't think of anything better. Way back here.
Okay. Let me try. Now you can talk like this, and you're gonna point. No shucks, howdy, little green burn. Just do that, and then you can probably just talk like this because you are kind of a shucks, howdy cowboy.
I'll see
no
ya get a coming. Coming down the path.
Exactly.
Why don't we tie a rope around him? I guess we don't have arms. We have some way to drag him.
I like how he's pretending to play air guitar with no arms.
It's just blinking a lot.
From me, you should just provide your mushroom stamp to nudge him along. And so,
You just run up behind him and you just like ram into him and knock him forward.
Come on, big old red. Let's mushroom stamp along. I'm just gonna I'll just try to push him as I dance behind him to hopefully inspire him or just shove him along.
Yeah,
Go
you're
faster.
you're able to shove him along faster. I'll say you could increase the speed to what it normally is, but the rest of you that are dancing forward are still way faster than he is.
Well, thanks, Crimmy. This really helps.
He says as
it's
he's
real easy.
he says as he's
easy.
headbutt like 20 feet
I
forward.
feel so fast now. It's crazy how much better this is.
And the skeletons came to life. The bones are their money.
Their bones are their money. Their bones are their money.
What a brave thing of you to say. What a brave thing to say.
Suddenly skilled.
How can you say something so controversial? It's so true.
Oh, God.
It's really easy. You just talk like this. Brr, 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 brr.
We just
We
try to
continue forward.
Yeah, we don't leave Gideon behind. We would never. Like
No, of
Torbeck.
course. And you find a pace that works for all of you as you begin to make your way through the forest. And as it gets denser and denser, you look up at these trees, and they are unlike any trees that you've ever seen anywhere in the material plane, let alone in the swamps of Hither. These trees, their bark at first looks like a brown from afar, but as you get close to them, you realize that they're a dark purplish gray, and that the bark swirls and twists in spirals as it reaches up towards the sky. And the branches, instead of spreading out and over the sky, they almost reach up into even more spirals and twists. The leaves on them shimmer with a technicolors as you look at them. Though they look to be green at first glance, the more that you look at them, you realize that the veins in the leaves themselves are almost pulsing with different colors. And it is quite beautiful. But aside from that, you notice nothing else strange about this forest. You hear the sounds of birds and animals throughout the wild. None of them seem drawn to you or bothered by your presence here in the forest. And it is, for the most part, quiet. As you look towards the sky and see that the day is fading. You're about midway through the afternoon and heading towards twilight. And you have, at this point, probably been traveling for a few hours now. You would expect, with the amount of motion you've been propelling your bodies forward, the dance and the song, that you would be exhausted if you were in your normal skin suits. But you don't feel exhausted at all. But you have not found any signs of civilization at all.
Hey guys, a thought occurred to Torbeck.
What is that, Torbeck?
Torbeck's a big hairy mushroom, kind of like Torbeck's big hairy mushroom.
I think I understand your meaning, but could you try rephrasing?
It's kind of bit of mixed company. Torbeck isn't very comfortable talking about Torbeck's penis. Oops.
Oops, you did it again. You mentioned your junk.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask, I know you described, is the forest still as dense as it was,
Yeah.
and there's just no, it's not continuing to get denser, it's just, it kind of reached a level of density?
I will show you a map of Thither. Just ignore what names you see, because those are
Sure.
irrelevant to you
Nope,
guys.
we won't
To
meditate.
kind of give you an idea of how thick the canopy of trees is.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's all trees.
That is all trees.
Fuck.
And you are traveling through them. You so far have seen no landmarks. You've seen no signs of mountains, no signs of rivers. You imagine, with the vegetation the way it is, that there has to be some sort of running water. There should be some sort of mountains. But so far, in just the aimless traveling that you've been doing, you have come across nothing.
But like normal height transportation travel, we've gone like 8 feet.
No, yes, you've turned into mushrooms, but you're not like this big.
Am I a 7 foot tall mushroom?
You're like you're
'Cause I
about
really am like
the
Torbeck's big hairy mushroom.
You're about the size of Twig. And the movement that you've gained is faster than your walking speed at your normal height. So you've actually been traveling much deeper into this forest than you would have had you not changed.
Okay. I'm down with that.
Does Twig seem the same?
She still seems to be inanimate.
And if we don't feel tired at all, have we seen any other life? Are there birds? Are there
You
squirrels?
can hear them, but you haven't seen any.
I look for aminals.
Roll a perception check.
I just have not rolled above a 10 in like 3 weeks.
Jesus.
Perception. 13.
You spot a purple bird. It looks similar to a bluebird, but purple and slightly smaller, with a soft pink belly. And you look up towards it, and it's nestled into a nest in one of the trees above your head. And it took you a minute to really pick out its sound in the plethora of animal noises and just nature sounds that are echoing all around you in this place. But you are able to spot it, and the bird seems to spot you as its head turns this way or that, looking at you, almost intrigued by you, as you watch it fly up into the canopy of the trees, grab a couple of twigs, and continue to build its nest.
Hey, bird. Me say, hey, bird. Come down here and me have some questions for you. Hey, bird.
Roll an animal.
Hey, bird.
Roll an animal handling check at disadvantage. You're like intentionally going, "Hey, bird."
You
like,
didn't
just
use
trying to
Torbeck's
scare it.
bird calls.
We have
That's the
twists.
problem.
So 10 plus. Oh my god, I don't have my character sheet up. Oh my god.
Who would have thought we were playing D&D
Someone else
today?
vamp for me.
Vamp for
Are
me.
you proficient?
Vamp for me.
Torbeck.
Vamp for me.
Yes, what did you roll?
He's a big hairy
Roll a 10.
mushroom.
10 plus 5. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
18.
You have a +8?
He's a big
Yeah,
hairy
wisdom plus
mushroom.
proficiency.
Holy moly.
Mushroom.
Oh my
Torbeck's big
God.
hairy mushroom.
I can't believe that you have +3 proficiency when you're only level 3.
Mushroom.
Gotta imagine. Hey, bud.
The bird does not fly away, as anyone watching this scene would have expected it to, with the loud noises shouted up at it. It seems to be quite interested now that it's gotten now that you've gotten its attention. It seems to be quite interested in the 5 of you, almost as if noticing something maybe you don't notice.
I will endeavor to look around to see if I notice if it's paying attention to something near us, or just to try to deduce what.
Roll a
it's
perception
picking
check.
up. I'm gonna go with this.
Torbeck, big hairy mushroom. I'm just like over and over again. Torbeck is just talking about being a big hairy mushroom.
Can I twist it?
Twist it.
You
Yeah.
may.
You got twist. Let's take the chat.
Torbeck, big hairy mushroom.
That's better. 16.
16?
16.
You look around. You hop around in circles, looking all around you and your friends, and back up to the bird. And you notice that as you move, the bird's head moves slightly with you, almost as if following your movements. And it's very clear to you that there's nothing else this bird seems to be interested outside of the 5 of you.
Hey, bird, tell us what we're missing. Hey, bird, please tell us where to look. Hey, bird, we really need a hand. I'm sorry, is that offensive that I said hand and not a wing? Please, bird, I don't know why you're purple. Because biologically you look like you should be blue. Oh, I guess not just blue, but also orange and white.
Why do they not call bluebirds blue, orange, white birds?
And it looks like it's not a bluebird.
That's really, I guess, what I should expect from the Feywild. I think that I should keep using the Cisco hold music.
I should make you roll an insult check to see how insulted this thing is. A roll persuasion check at disadvantage.
Can I try to help?
How?
I rolled double 3s.
Doesn't matter.
I rolled twist.
Mushroom.
That's cocked. That is literally cocked.
Mushroom.
Fuck. Oh, persuasion? Mm-hmm. That is a 16.
Okay. You continue to sing this song as the bird kind of moves its head this way or that, and eventually it takes flight. This fucking fly,
I know. I told you we
man.
had to go on an adventurous hunt before we started, and we forgot.
What's going on?
What were we saying? Oh, yes.
Persuasion.
The bird takes flight and begins to fly down towards you. And it begins to flap its wings to hold itself hovering in the air just a little bit above your faces, looking directly at Gricko. And though this bird is flapping its wings, the air about it is almost one of frustration before you hear, "You know, I can't tell you what you're asking me if you won't stop talking."
How can I ask you if I don't talk?
You can ask a simple question and let me respond to it. You don't have to ask 15 in a row. And yes, it is offensive to call me a bluebird when I'm clearly not a bluebird. I don't need background song.
Sorry, I'm just not used to being a mushroom guy.
That's very clear. Obviously, you're not Ken Pestry. I'm not sure what you are, really.
Torback is a big hairy mushroom.
Well, right
He's
now
going
you
for
are.
the Cisco hold music.
I'm sorry, what?
You've never heard, you've never been on hold, and they use the Cisco phone services.
You're obnoxious. What are you doing in my forest?
Greetings, apologies for all my friends now. I'm sorry for all of my friends now. These are my friends, but I apologize. I know they can be quite offensive. This is Cremmy, this is Gideon, and this is Torbeck, and this is Gricko. I'm Frost, but you can call me Morning Frost, yes.
So, wait, can I call you Frost or Morning Frost?
Either's fine. I have to start all over every
Please
single time.
do not start all over, oh my God.
It's very extremely confusing.
What
if you could help
happened
us,
to you?
please. We have nowhere to go and hide.
Are you new here?
Yes, we are very new here.
How
We're
did
sorry.
you get to thither?
It's a very long story. I'm sorry.
Oh God, I don't want to
path,
listen to you while you're
do-do-do.
singing it.
We went into a hut that walked.
You don't
It
say.
was pretty easy, actually. Even though we did a whole quest, we didn't really need to do that quest. But we just wanted to do it anyway.
All right. And what were your questions again? I don't have much time. Nighttime is coming and my nest isn't finished.
We can perhaps help if you take us with you. We need shelter and not to be eaten.
You won't fit in my nest.
Well, tell us where it is and perhaps we can assist you.
What, so you can kill me? No, I won't let you hunt me.
How would we kill you with these simple fungal bodies?
It's like
That's a
right up
fair
there.
Stop it! Don't look up there. That's
Oh.
my bedroom. Peeping Tom.
I told you
sorry.
before, his name is Cremmy.
Peeping Cremmy.
Heh.
Creeping Cremmy. You asked me 15 questions, one right after the other. What were they?
How do we stop being fancy mushrooms?
Oh.
Funky mushrooms.
We're going to have to
funky.
find someone to take away whatever curse this is that you have on you. It's very
Exactly
clear
right.
to me that you're not as you should be.
No, she put a spell on us. And now we're shrooms.
Who did?
She put a spell on us.
The one he called Gideon?
I mushroom stamp the doll again.
You're trying to tell me that a puppet put a spell on you. Oh,
Well, someone did.
your brain scrambled.
Can I cast spells?
You haven't tried.
I just try to summon a prestidigitation out of my cap.
You watch as Kremi tries to summon this prestidigitation, and the only expression that you can make is a smile. The smile gets wider and wider and wider, his face gets redder and redder and redder, and nothing happens.
This is little green to purple bird. How can we break this curse?
I'm not sure I can do it because I'm simply a bird. However, well, if you go through the trees to the west, probably about 15 minutes, it's I would say very close to the water, you'll find a large rock. It's sitting at a 45-degree angle, which from what I hear is really cool with kids.
Okay.
And so if you go to that rock, directly beneath it is a pixie campsite.
Okay.
There were 3 pixies there earlier today making a ruckus. And
Okay.
pixies have magic. You could ask them for help. But I would recommend you be a little less yourselves when you meet them.
Tormek. He's normally a bugbear, but now he's a big hairy mushroom. Torbek's not himself.
I could fly you there. Well, not on my back, obviously. I'm just a tiny bird. But I could fly you in the direction in front of you to lead the way.
So we break it in a most unusual way.
If you had something to offer, of course.
We'll do anything that you say.
She knows!
You came in too early, Frosty lad. Your sense of timing. Oh, that would be savage. I can't say that. That was more of a aside, like a Greek chorus. Anyways, we
Fly
don't.
us to the pixies. Take us far away from here, please,
I would
God.
be happy to. For a price.
All right, fellas, what are we thinking? Maybe a nibble on our mushroom cap.
Oh, I don't want to eat you, you disgusting, filthy thing.
More, because Torbek is interested. Torbek is gonna volunteer.
I don't want to eat you, you're hairy. Get away from me. And she flies up like one more foot.
No!
Stop it, no.
You don't
Birdie,
like
come back!
mushrooms.
It's not that I don't like mushrooms. I don't want to eat people.
Well, from a certain point of view, we're not really people, are we?
You could give me the puppet.
Is Twigsy for sale?
Just rap.
Just speak to a rhythm.
Yeah, all you gotta do is speak to a rhythm. Listen to your parents and go to school. Do 8 ounces of drugs and don't do sleep. Ah, fuck, I messed it up. I messed it up again. Oopsie, cover your ears. All you gotta do is talk like that. And that is music. After the early 90s, maybe the late 80s, it really brought a downfall of melody in song.
See, I told you 45-degree angles are really cool.
Well, no.
Yes, they are.
No, I mean, Twigsy is not for sale. From any point of view.
When did Gid get so talkative? I've never seen him this talkative before.
Bird, can you please help us understand how to get rid of this sing-song thing?
I'm
because
trying to help you.
we're wasting away again in the Feywild.
Oh! Looking for a way to break this curse.
So as I was trying to tell you, Weird Fireman,
I'm happy to help you for a price.
I'll take whatever you want. Take it all.
But not Twig. Twig is not for sale. Torbek's still just a mushroom.
I can have whatever I want.
That isn't Twig or the doll. They're one and the same.
All right. Should we... Well, we can't really shake on it because you don't have wings. And I don't have a strange mushroom body. But we can bump noses, my beak and your little nose.
Torbek thinks you should probably clarify before we go bumping noses.
Okay, well, you can't have whatever you want. That was maybe spoke too quick because
Well, night is slowly
singing.
approaching, and I really need to finish my nest. So if you can't figure out something to barter with me, then you're going to have to do this on your own.
Why?
And unfortunately, they're the moves, so the directions that I gave you will change shortly.
A, you're amazing. B, you're so bird.
That's true.
C, can you take us to the place that we want to go? D, we'll deliver something after we've been transformed.
I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to make a kind of deal where I give you something first.
E,
Tell us what you're into. Would you take
That's
an
not how-
IOU?
That's not how this works.
Even with a promise?
You're not very creative, are you? You would think as Campestries, at least once inside those bodies, you'd have a bit of, I don't know, artistic flair, creativity. But you're all just empty in there.
Why don't we all put on a great opera?
I'm already tired of hearing you sing.
sing. You would like to hear now? Tell us what you want.
I already told you.
You were very cryptic about it, and we don't want to get trapped in a fey pact.
I'm sorry, that's how these things work.
F, we're in the Feywild. G, we could give you something as a promise.
Could we offer you a stylish jig?
I've watched you dance and sing for the past 20 minutes. You gave that to me for free.
Oh, fuck.
H, we be on the hook for all the things we promise you now.
What?
I, an IOU is totally sufficient.
But an IOU of what?
Do you need
You're still
someone
not
dead?
telling me. No.
Someone killed?
No. Dead and killed are the same thing.
You need some money?
No.
What about?
You're
Let me
not
check
going
my
to survive
mental
in thither very
inventory.
long if you can't think of things to barter with. You must have not run into much of that in hither.
How about some cards? Some cards.
Well, I do like the colours on cards, especially hearts.
3 cards for you.
Could they all be hearts? Do you have a king of hearts? A queen of hearts?
Check my mental memory here.
J, that would be just the trick.
What about a jack of hearts?
K, and
How-
a king of hearts.
How about a fairy dragon? For you, my dear?
You have a fairy dragon?
On 1 card. Yes, I do.
Oh, I was hoping for the heart suit.
I could make that happen. Just for 1 IOU.
L, you'll love it in your nest.
I got my heart set on 3 cards.
Well, I'm not quite sure. I wrote fake 3 dragon anti-card depicting a fairy dragon. I'm not sure what I meant by that. Maybe it's a 3? It's like a 3 on it? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
M, might I also add a long scroll of parchment?
What am I going to do with a scroll of parchment? I have wings!
N, you can use it for your nest.
Ooh, I do like that.
O, or I could give you a net made of
Oh, that was anticlimactic.
P, please, this is very hard. We're working with what we got to give.
I don't know why you thought traveling through the Feywild would be easy.
I got
Q,
sycamore
yes, that's
seeds.
the question I've been asking.
I got a sycamore seed. I got
Oh, I love
fingernails.
sycamore.
I got things you ain't haven't seen.
Can I see them?
I don't have access on them on me currently.
How about an eye? It's cool, it's neat. A varnished eye from a displacer beast. Cool eye. Would you like it? Cool eye. There'd be a lot of churches. Cool eye.
What about you? You said I could have anything that I wanted. You clearly had an idea of what you could give me for
No,
my
I
services.
had no idea. I was just real frustrated, and I got bamboozled by myself.
What about a bit of your fire?
Can I create fire right now?
You've been on fire this whole time.
No, like I said, I know that you're not Tempestry. I can see a bit of each of you inside of those mushroom bodies.
It's a big hairy mushroom.
So you can see that we're capable, and that we're not just mushroom guys.
I can't quite tell what you are, but I can see that you're quite shadowy. And your brain is different.
R is for really smart.
And you are hairy.
Torment. It's a big hairy
There are
mushroom.
two of you in there.
Huh? Uh-oh. Torment doesn't like the sound of that.
And you are part of nature. One with it, some would say. The Feywild likes you.
I'm not used to being a mushroom. I'm more of a monster guy. I'm a monster guy. I'm really a monster guy. Mushrooms aren't my thing, but I can help however you mean.
So would you give me some of your fire?
Clearly, there's some part of the puzzle that we're not picking up on, so just say yes, kid.
Why are you talking about a puzzle?
Yeah, just sort of a meta sort of thing.
Yeah, sure. You can have as much fire as you want. I could spare that wouldn't kill me. Or less than that, based on Torbeck's
Yeah. Some of your fire.
No,
not
just
all.
a very little bit, the bare minimum I can offer.
She
while
said she
playing.
only wanted some.
You should take it. He's got genie blood.
No,
We should milk
just-
him like a cow.
no.
Oh, I
just,
take it back.
Let
just
us
the
go ahead
smallest
and make
amount you
this
can
pact.
take while we can get through this puzzle.
Let's make this pact then.
Okay.
And she'll fly up to you and she places her beak on the small spot where your nose would be. And she says,
As it is said, so it shall be.
Oh.
Do you agree?
Yes.
you immediately feel some of the warmth in your body, that heat from the core of who you are, lessen. And you watch as this once purple bird turns into a beautiful red, orange, and yellow. The plumes on her tail elongate and her wings get a little bit larger. Her beak becomes a beautiful golden, like the gold of the sun.
Oh, I'm so lovely now. I wonder what else I can do. All right, I'll show you where to go.
Fly us to the pixies. We'll follow behind.
All
We don't
right.
need to speak any further. We'll just do it in silence.
All right, but I'm going to go very quickly, so make sure you can keep up.
And she immediately darts off into the tree line. I need you all to roll, I'm going to say athletics or acrobatics to try and make it through the forest as quickly as she.
15.
Performance.
I'm twisting it.
Yeah, I'm twisting.
I'll twist it.
I'm twisting
Cold in
again.
here. Alright, that's
I rolled 3 threes. I'm twisting again.
athletics or
Ooh, a 25.
Ooh, 24.
19.
Did anyone roll below a 13? Below a 13.
No. I got a 20, I think. Let me try.
Hootsie as well, obviously.
Oh, 19. Oh, I'm gonna twist for Hootsie. Ah! One more twist. One more twist.
Thanks, brother.
These are weird.
It's okay.
They'll bust in your mouth. Watch out.
Torbeck likes when they bust. Right in Torbeck's mouth.
That is a 14.
You're good.
Is that good?
Yes, that's good.
Okay.
You dart through the trees, following after this bird. The change that has come over her after the pact that she's made with Gideon, making it much easier for you to see her as she almost glows with a fiery radiance as she shoots through the tree line, and you are able to keep up. A few of you staying behind Gideon every time he starts to drop back with his inability to dance. You will headbutt him forward into the very front of the line, and you continue to do this until you eventually find yourselves in a small clearing. You see the rock with the 45-degree angle, and behind it, the rushing waters of what appears to be a stream as it makes its way through the trees. And at first, you see nothing else as the bird slowly comes to a stop and once again positions herself in front of your faces.
Well, here you are, just as promised. I can't guarantee the pixies are still about, but this is where they were last. Thank you for the deal that you made, and maybe we'll see each other in the future. Goodbye, new friends, and good luck.
I said, thank you, pretty bird. I said, thank you, a pretty bird.
I said, thank you, pretty bird. Thank you,
Pretty bird.
She spins in the air, unnaturally, in a way that she shouldn't be able to move in the air with her wings the way they are and being a bird the way she is with a soft pop and a flash and a little bit of smoke. You see her pop out of existence. Where she has gone to, who knows? But you are where you were told you were supposed to be. And as you look around the clearing, at first, you are met with disappointment, as it is very clear that at one point, pixies had been here. There had been a fire going, and they had been up to some bit of shenanigans. And then you hear the sound of clattering pots, as behind the rock, you watch as 1, 2, 3 pixies spill out from behind it, all of them struggling with what looks to be a normal-sized backpack, the kind of pack an adventurer would have. And the 3 of them are trying to maneuver it and pull out human-sized pots to drag over to the fire, clearly in an attempt to make some sort of food. All the while struggling because they're holding on to a piece of wood, which, for those of you that have been in the material plane, is clearly a doorstop. It's about 6 inches long, but they are handling it with reverence as if this is something special. And you watch as the 3 of them try to maneuver this piece of wood while also trying to get the pots over to the now extinguished fire. And you immediately hear one of them,
Oh God, the fire went out when we went to get the pots. I told you you were supposed to tend to it, Spider Lily. What do you mean I was supposed to tend to it? How am I supposed to tend to the fire when I'm trying to help you carry this incredible troll's toothpick? I told you it's not a troll's toothpick. I know what it is. It's a slice of cake for a treant.
and you listen as they argue back and forth about whatever this piece of wood is as they continue to move things over. And they all sit down around this small pixie fire, and they put the piece of wood on a rock that had clearly been moved over, almost in a place of reverence, as they begin to huff and puff at the fire, not even taking any notice to you as they attempt to get it lit, and still fumble with the cooking utensils.
Hello?
Oh, God!
It's you we've been looking for.
Hello.
I can see it in your eyes
I'm horrified.
that you want to cook some food.
Oh, yeah, that's true, but I'm also horrified.
We can help you if you transform us back to our normal self.
Is this a singing episode?
Yes.
Yikes. Hi. You're not gonna hurt us, right?
No.
No, we are not gonna hurt you. No, not gonna hurt you.
With a smile firmly plastered on his face like that, I want to believe him, but it's also eerie. Oh, yeah, it is so good. Cowslip, what do you think? Are they safe? Well, they're clearly not themselves. Look at them. You can see their essence inside.
The one that's called herself Spider Lily stands up and turns to the others.
You manage the fire. Keep watch over the troll's toothpick. And try and get dinner started. I'll deal with these fellas.
And she flits over and flies in front of you in a similar manner to what the bird did as she's looking out around all of you.
So how did you come to find yourself in this predicament?
I'm an alligator. There were a bunch of carnies needing some help. We came into the Feywild. And then we got turned into mushrooms.
Oh no, did you walk through one of the fairy circles on your way in? Oh no. Oh, whoever led you here was doing you a disservice.
We must have stepped into a fairy circle, oh yeah.
And we had to get help from a purple bird.
Oh gosh, Granny Nightshade's been messing with those fairy circles. The ones that have been affected are doing some weird things. They can't even travel to the material plane anymore. There are only a few of them now that actually can get you back to where you're from.
Granny Nightshade?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound familiar to me.
Okay, well that's fine. I can go ahead and help you for a price.
We got witches. They're multiplying. And well, it's out of control.
What were you thinking for us to be providing?
Oh, that's for you to decide. You're not really familiar with how these Fey packs work, are you? I offer to do something nice for you, and then you do the work of thinking of what you're gonna do to pay me for it.
How about, what if we tell you what that thing is?
What?
The troll's toothpick. We know
What?
its true nature, its true purpose.
No, you don't.
Well,
You're
I
implying,
do.
you're implying it's not even a troll's toothpick. Of course it is.
And you hear one of the other pixies call over.
No, it's not. I told you it's a bench for mice.
What if I told you we knew what that was? Will you
I
get us
already
out of
know.
this predicament?
It's a troll's toothpick.
I can guarantee you it's not.
And it has magical properties you can tell me about?
Yes.
From a certain point of view.
All right, I'll take that deal.
All right. What do you say? Won't you shake a poor sinner's cap? And I'll lean my head towards her.
She moves towards your face, similar to what the bluebird did, and she puts her nose up against your nose.
As it is spoken, so it shall be. Do you agree?
I do indeed.
And just as this happens, you immediately feel your body begin to change as the pixie's magic fulfills her end of the pact, and all of you return to your normal form.
Yes. Are you ready?
Oh my gosh, you're all so much bigger than I thought.
Greetings.
Are we able to talk normally?
Oh, thank fuck! I can't believe I had to talk so much in a sing-song voice.
I can't. Oh, I was just getting started.
Yeah, I feel like I had more in the tank too.
Yeah, me too. Oh, that was so fun. I had a really good idea.
Well, next time.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Spider Lily.
Yeah, I'm Spider Lily. Over there's Cowslip, and then there's Maypole.
Can we call you SL for short?
Sure.
You guys remind Dorbeck of a fling he had many years ago.
Oh, I don't want to be flung anywhere.
No, it was lovely. The best 5 minutes of Dorbeck's life.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Maybe you'll tell me about it sometime.
Dorbeck would love that.
You have a really nice voice. I think you tell great stories.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Cremmy, I'm speaking to you in your mind now. I have to say that because we might turn this into a podcast later.
And I guess the viewers at home can't see that you're
That's
placing
right,
your
that's
2
important
first
that they
fingers on
hear
your
this.
forehead.
Yes,
That's right. All
very
right.
crucial.
Okay. I can
Uh,
respond to this message, right?
Yes, you can. Yes,
Okay.
you can. Do you have an idea for what magical property you're going to deceive the pixies about in a moment? Because I have a suggestion.
You think I make a deal without a fucking plan?
Sometimes, yes.
Anyways, why don't we make good on that deal? What do you think?
Yes, your turn to fulfill it.
That is not a piece of cake for a troll. It's not
Oh,
a...
it's a slice of cake made for a treant.
treant.
Or that's at least what
Treant's
Maypole
toothpick.
thinks. I think it's a troll's toothpick.
MP, get out of here, MP.
And Cowslip thinks that it's an exercise bench for mice.
That
CS. What are you, Lewis?
is a magical artifact
Get out of here.
used by the great Dunamances of Antris.
I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw. You may not twist this one, by the way.
You can use a dragon.
No, it's a Fey pact. He's breaking a Fey pact.
No,
so
not. I haven't finished.
it's not true.
You don't, I mean, who's the set anyway?
The magics of the Fae knows what's true and what's not. The magics of the Fae require you to
Cremmy's
fulfill the
body
pact
starts
as
to
it's
shift
told.
and twist
6.
as he turns into
Okay.
the mom from Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
You, as you
episode
begin
1.
to say this, you begin to feel exhausted. You take 1 level of exhaustion.
I was just.
I'm sorry, what were you saying?
It's a doorstop. It's a doorstop.
Okay, and what are its magical properties?
It stops gravity against the door.
Yes,
I'm sorry, what?
so
is
would I see he's struggling?
Yeah.
It's all in how you phrase it, Cremmy. You can tell them that it casts the magical spell Hold Portal, that it keeps doors open by its very merit, its physical and material presence. A barrier of sorts.
You fucking tell him that.
My friend Cremmy is right. It is referred to as a doorstop, but its physical presence creates a barrier that holds portals open. Doors, other doors, and varieties of doors.
And what kind of magical...
That's a lot of doors,
What kind of
Frosty.
magical word do you have to use to keep portals open?
That's the trick. It is one of the few magical items that you have to say nothing to in order for it to work. You simply place it in its position, and then there is no somatic component, verbal component.
It's never worked that way for me. Usually you gotta put it in, you gotta give it a kick and say, fucking stay!
It works differently for the different users.
How would it work for me?
Well, you'd have to try it. You'd have to find a door, attempt to wedge it underneath, and if you gave it a command or something like that and it held, you'd know that that was the command word that was right for you.
Roll a deception check.
Good lord. This one. Deception, that's where I'm a +0.
Oh boy.
17!
Oh, let's go, baby.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so you're
Oh,
saying
really?
it's a human item then? It's not for trolls or mice?
It's used on the mortal plane by a variety of races and species.
Humanoid.
It's humanoid.
Humanoid.
Oh, I see. And you wedge it in a door and it keeps portals from being opened.
It holds the portal open. The door itself.
So do you have to have a portal open first?
Depends on whether or not you want to hold the portal open or closed. It would work both ways.
Oh.
Works better keeping them open.
That's true.
Huh.
Do we have any doors nearby that we would be able to demonstrate?
Not out here in the forest.
Oh,
At least
that's a
not
shame.
in this area of it. If we got closer into, I don't know, a town or a small village or something, maybe, but not here.
Are there small villages nearby?
Not necessarily. Depends on the time of day.
Well, Spider Lily, you seem extremely intelligent. I'm sure you'll be able to get it quickly without any additional
Yeah.
tutorial or instruction from
That's
me. We can
exciting
probably end
to know.
this conversation very quick.
That's very exciting to know.
So we good? Are we on the deal thing?
Why don't we help you get your meal going? 'Cause
Oh, I would love that very much.
we got a professional chef here. We got a professional fire guy, fire puncher. Hey.
Eat the
Yeah.
pot.
Oh yeah, you look great.
I'm a little beat.
Look at you. You're a tad bit fiery, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm
And
a
you
little less.
Are all drawn to Gideon, and you see that the flames that used to lick at his beard have completely extinguished. The redness in his beard is gone. It is just a simple, dark brown beard. The embers that were burning in his hair are significantly less.
Oh, Gideon.
And his skin has gone from red to pink.
You're really
Gideon.
having a Torbeck day.
We're gonna have
What?
to call you Gideon.
How are you feeling, Gideon? When you took your fire, you went from like a shiitake mushroom to a palanma.
What do you mean? What kind of mushrooms are palanma? I've never really heard of shiitake either, to be fair to you, but I've definitely never heard of the palanma mushroom.
Bobo used to use them.
He used to use palanma mushrooms?
This is like blood coming out of
He used it as steak
Taking-
and cheese.
Taking Greco's These Nuts joke is the greatest thing that's ever happened in this campaign.
I'm like the meme of that guy with the he's got the names. Yep.
I don't know, Gid. I don't think it looks that bad. You look distinguished. You know, a little bit of something.
What happened? What happened? I'm feeling a little weaker, and I don't like it.
Oh, well, you know, that deal that we made is you just traded a little bit of something, and now we don't have to fucking sing anymore. Thank God. # worth.
What?
Is my beard not on fire?
Gideon, I recommend you examine your reflection in the stream.
Did I go to
Yeah, there's a stream behind the rock.
Fuck you. I say to my reflection.
A fish in the water says, "All right, fuck you too, buddy."
Oh, fuck, I walk away from the stream. I got no interest in talking to you. Fuck you.
You have an entire golem scene.
Don't worry, you never come back.
Oh, man, how come when I make a deal, I lose my dancing, which is all I know? And then also, part of my beard, my daggone life essence is ripped out of my nose by some stupid fucking purple bird that should have been blue, and your eyes just turned gray. And he just can't tell a joke, and I'm dying.
I mean, it was kind of vague how she worded it. You know what I mean? I mean, you feel like it? I mean, can you tell, or do you feel weaker? Do you feel?
I try and produce flame in my hand.
And you're able to easily.
Look,
Well,
Oh, you're not dying. Torbeck manages every single day, one day at a time, and Gideon can too.
oh no, I've got something in common with Torbeck.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can relate together.
oh, hold on. I think I still got something from the carnival. I'll like reach in my pack and I'll pull out like a separate compact with some like rouge in it, and I want to like just hold still for a second.
Well, okay.
I just basically apply rouge all over his face so it's closer to his old red tone. What do you think?
Gideon, Grimmy, why do you have that?
Well, I don't know. You never know. When you need a disguise. I mean, it's basically a disguise.
Guys, night.
Exactly right.
Torbeck
What do you think?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, from a certain point of view.
You look
I'm
great,
looking-
Gideon.
Yeah.
You
Oh
look like
well.
a clown and a prostitute had a baby.
Speaking of guys,
Hey, hang on, fuck you! Clown.
This is actually Gringo laughing. I'm on the ground. You love should she say thank you to the nice lady?
Oh, come on, fellas. He looks fine. You look great, kid.
Well,
Oh, maybe it's those drunk clowns that he kept accidentally killing finally getting their revenge.
it's only been like 4 of them, man. I think.
Was it? Yeah, it's been 4, right? Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, you never know. You always said, you always said that they was powerful or something.
Oh. I get a little nervous as I sit up. I mean, I know we should definitely not talk about that.
All right, what you cooking for dinner?
Well, we was just going to make a little bit of coral fish.
Oh, they have that here too?
Oh yeah, they're in the river behind us.
No.
We were gonna take a net and catch a couple of them.
I know a pretty mean recipe for a crawfish stew.
Do you want to make it for us?
It is literally award-winning. Critics acclaimed. Literally critically acclaimed. Crawfish stew is what I'm saying.
I could. What would you trade for it?
Well, to be fair, we can make our own coral fish if we wanted to.
Oh, I was trying to be nice. You know how the Feywild works. So I'd offer something to do something nice for you, and you offer to do something nice for me.
Yeah, I could do something nice for you.
Grammy's also the winner of Electrum Chef.
What's that?
Very popular cooking competition in Downfall, where we've just been.
Yes. And, I mean, technically, the competitor had his head blown
That's a
up,
technical-
so it was more of a technical.
I won fair and square.
Yeah.
You really blew away the competition.
Yeah.
And that was basically Frost that did that. So that has nothing to do with me or my award. What do you think?
Yes, that was my fault.
I could tell you how to use the fairy circles, the ones that aren't broken.
Oh,
Oh.
that sounds fair. Could you maybe throw in like some of his flame back? You know, like a little
Oh,
bit
can
of
you do
heat,
that?
a little bit of
I mean,
burgundy, add a little bit of rouge to him. Permanently.
I personally couldn't give you some of your fire back, but Cowslip can. She's a summer pixie.
Oh.
Oh.
It's getting a little cold up here.
Cowslip?
Cowslip,
Mm-hmm.
spider lily,
Yes.
Yeah.
cowslip,
And Maypole.
maypole.
Those are lovely
Maypole's
names.
from the spring.
I see.
Oh.
Spring, and then you are from the.
Why?
I'm Autumn.
You look like an autumn.
Do you guys know a Riata flag? And has she mentioned Torbeck at all?
I don't know. I've never heard of someone named Riata Flag.
Okay. Thanks anyway.
You're welcome.
I'm about to ask why do they call you Spider Lily when I. Oh, never mind.
And looking at her, I guess I didn't describe them. Their names very much describe what they look like. They very clearly look like they come from the parts, the areas of the Fae that they have described. Spider Lily's hair twists into the shape of a spider lily, and all of their hair into the shape of different flowers. Her skin is a beautiful pale blue with hints of grays in it. Cowslip is a soft pink, and Maypole is a mint seafoamy green.
Following Torbeck's line of questions, because this is our first time here. Do you know a Mrs. Busty? And if so, has she mentioned Gricko?
I've never heard of anyone named Mrs. Busty. Sorry. No.
Torbeck is also disappointed.
That's okay, Torbeck.
What kind of fey creature is this Busty in this Riata flag?
Oh, they're all pixies. We
Those aren't pixie names.
Well, they weren't like seasonal pixies. They were like just regular.
What do you
kind.
mean? Every pixie comes from a season.
Well, we did meet them technically.
Are you
on
sure
the
they were
material plane.
real pixies?
Oh no, Torbeck is not sure at all.
What kind of flower do each of them represent?
Torbeck thinks back really hard to all those years ago at the carnival when he was trapped on the Ferris wheel with Riata Flag. Does she have any kind of flower motif to her?
I would say you were up close and personal with Riata Fog. She did not. She was wearing just standard clothing, nothing like these pixies at all. And as you look at them, you realize that the pixies that you met at the Witchlight Carnival were much more humanoid than these pixies. These pixies' ears come to a long taper. You notice that Spider Lily has moss in and up and around in her hair, and bits of her outfit are made from bark and acorns and flowers and things, and her fingers are elongated and just a little bit more fantastical. Whereas the pixies that you met at the Witchlight Carnival were much like the pixies that you would have read about in a fairy tale book, as if they were crafted to look exactly like you would expect a pixie to look.
Well, I mean, she wasn't flower, she was still plant related. I think she was a watermelon pixie.
Not sure. I've never heard of a watermelon pixie before.
So maybe summer pixie.
Maybe.
She might have been the summer. Anyways,
Torbeck loves melon.
does Cowslip have a favorite dish that maybe we can trade her for Gideon's heat
I
bath?
think you could just ask her.
All right. Well, what do you think, fellas? Should we make
Well, I
ourselves
think-
at home?
I think if you're making dinner for all of us, I could give you some information about the fairy circles.
Oh.
Maypole could give you some information that could help you out in thither. And then Cowslip could give you a bit of your fire back.
Oh.
Let me ask the girls and see what they think. Just 1 minute, okay?
All right.
And she flies off, and they all begin to huddle. And you see that they occasionally look up and look back at you and point at you with their long, spindly fingers. And they look at you a couple of times and giggle. And you see Cowslip blush. Her pink skin goes from a baby pink to her cheeks become a bright red. And she then huddles back down and continues to talk with the girls. And eventually, Spider Lily comes back and says,
It's a deal we've agreed to make.
All right. I mean, should we discuss the terms in terms of what we're cooking? Just want to make sure I can provide.
The deal is as such. In exchange for Gideon's fire back, for information on the fairy circles that are uncorrupted, and additional information in regards to thither that could help you, you are exchanging for us a large bowl of award-winning crawfish stew.
Okay.
That seems fair for Torbeck.
All right. What do we think?
That seems quite clear, though.
Very
It's obvious,
fair.
yeah.
Very fair.
Do you mind if I just
This is in
discuss
the
with my
wheelhouse,
compatriots?
No, not at all.
Thank you.
and she just flies there.
Torbeck was really worried it might involve butt stuff. Oh, thank goodness. It's not too late to add butt stuff.
I'm right here. You don't have to yell at me.
Oh, so sorry.
I realize as I'm huddling that my hand is like right by Torbeck's ass. Like,
You look over and Cowslip's just.
Are we still within earshot?
She didn't move away. All you asked was if you guys could talk about it.
We're as
All right,
close as-
shift.
Everyone huddle
We all
here.
stay huddled. We just move over.
We have a sidebar.
All right, fellas, I just want to make it very fucking clear. This is a dangerous fucking situation. You understand? I agree to this. And if it's not up to their standards, I mean, they already zapped like half my life force, and all I did was try to make a cute, clever joke.
I agree. Their definition of what big for the big bowl could be wildly out of context from what we think.
I mean, you literally have to just create the same crawfish that you made, which is award winning. It doesn't matter how good it is that if you make it any different, Even if it tastes better, that is wrong. So then you would be breaking the Fey Pact, and so just make the same recipe.
Here's the problem. The recipe had 2 things that I don't know if I have access to.
Oh, yes?
Tell me you didn't put bezelberries in it, Grammy.
Of course I put bezelberries.
Oh, Grammy!
Where are we going to find bezelberries?
Oh, we do.
At this time of
Oh,
year?
did you say
this forest?
bezelberries? There's a bezelberry bush, like, I don't know, 10-minute walk from here.
Oh, that was pretty.
children.
What's the other ingredient?
The other ingredient is threw some of that witch's brew, patent pending, into that.
Torbek's got plenty of that, right? Didn't you just milk it from Torbek?
You talking about that mushroom, bro?
No, I'm talking about, I'll point at the canisters on Torbeck's bag.
Just slam a wrench in it.
You can milk just about anything with nipples. Torbeck has a nip. Oh,
We
you
haven't
mean the
tried the nipples.
canisters.
Do you think you could provide a little more? I'm fresh out.
Torbeck can try, but Torbeck might not be responsible for what happens after.
All right, as long as somebody else harvests the bezelberries, I'm in.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
We'll go get the bezelberries. Bro.
Yeah.
You up to it, man? You're looking a little tired after what just happened.
Yeah, I'm pretty weak, but I don't think the rest of y'all can pull this off. So unless y'all want to try, then I can just tell you what to do.
Let me ask you a cooking question. It's a little mechanical.
Yeah.
If you cook this, what kind of skill do you think is going to be applied to make sure that this is the best pot of stew that you could possibly make?
I'm hoping it'll be a cooking tools check,
Okay.
which I'm proficient, so I get to add my proficiency to it. Depending on what skill she chooses to use, if it's dex or if she decides to sleight of hand, I'd be quite good at that. But the unfortunate reality that I'm now just realizing is given my first level of exhaustion, I roll everything at disadvantage. So
I have the ability to give you proficiency in a skill, but I don't think I can give you advantage.
could you give me proficiency in any skill?
Yeah, name it.
I mean, maybe I don't know. What do you think?
That's what I was. Tonight I celebrate my love for you. I don't know. I still feel like singing.
That curtain's over. You don't have to do that. I mean, maybe acrobatics. It depends what the god of the universe is going to make a call on. But
Acrobatics to make a stew? That's
I
outrageous.
mean, what do you think? Could you just like get rid of this, exhaustion
No,
thing?
let me see. They have all kinds of tools.
I don't know. Can you help me like center my soul and like meditate and shit and just be good?
No, I can give you D4 and a saving throw. And I can give you borrowed knowledge. That's
All
it.
right. Hold on. Let me look at the
Wait,
list of
didn't
skills.
we level up?
We did level
You're
up.
level
Did I take
4
more- Did I take more?
Level 5.
or 5.
Oh, I didn't level up.
No, we're level 5. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
shit.
because you got to 4 when you got to Hither. So
We're at
became,
4.
no, you're 5.
We went 5.
five?
We're 5.
Yeah, you got to
Shit. Nobody else fucking level up?
I leveled up.
All right, Carnival crew. Let's take a second to level up.
You are all huddling together, discussing your deal with the Pixies.
Oh, that's right.
This deal that is significantly more clear and has less risk, you are taking the time to discuss as deeply and thoroughly as possible. Unlike all of the other deals that you've
right.
made,
We
which
have
have
to fucking see
resulted
this
in Gideon losing a significant amount of special and precious things.
We need to harvest the bezelberries.
Yes.
I have to see if Torbeck has to see if he can get any Torbeck juice.
You're sounding very Who-Man right
I
now.
know, because I'm not into it yet. And then you were checking to see if you could ease his tiredness and or give him some sort of advantage so that he's at least rolling straight up.
Oh, we were all leveling up. Did you guys do that?
It took me 2 seconds. I
Yeah,
double
we did
tech,
it.
extra
Okay.
tech.
All right. I
I'm
just
good.
didn't trust anybody.
I have no way of giving you advantage. If you're tired, then I can try to aid you, and perhaps I can level you out. But I can't extinguish your exhaustion.
I think I'll be okay.
Do you want proficiency in performance?
I think I'm supposed to be proficient. I think just something got fucked up. But just, you know what, for this episode, yeah, just go ahead. Oh my god. I'm gonna start spinning my cane around and, I don't know, like tap dancing.
I can also provide a little bit of guidance. but I gotta harvest the bezelberry this video.
Oh, Grammy. Torbeck needs like a vial or something, and then Torbeck's gonna go behind that bush, and nobody's gonna look, and Torbeck's gonna try to squeeze some Torbeck juice out. Don't let Torbeck get shy.
Torbeck, squeezeling a beezeling is not an easy task. Are you sure you're up for it?
No, but we have to make this work.
I have faith in you. But if this is the last time we speak, just know that you still smell a little like this. This whole time. It doesn't matter what's happening. It's just always present.
What
Frosty,
do
what would you
you
say
want Torbeck to do about it?
It's just clean. There's a stream right here. There's all kinds of hygienic products. that
You
could-
mean take a shower? Like let a house pee on Torbeck? Torbeck doesn't think so.
I never really thought
Exactly
about it that way.
right. Exactly right. Frosty, he's about to do something he's not sure if he can do. Why are you gonna say that stuff?
Oh, I was joking. I was joking, Torbeck. That was all a lie. A deception.
Oh, good joke, Frosty. Oh,
Give Torbeck the vial.
Well, would a schmason jar work?
Yes! Torbeck will snatch the jar, not angrily, but as frustrated as you've maybe seen Torbeck, and then he'll slink off into the bushes. It's like really creepy.
His one leg extends, and then an instant he like rushes like a shadow into the bush. Right?
You dart into the bush, and at this moment, it gives well, I can't remember, Spider Lily, a moment to jump in.
So does that mean we're gonna go ahead and make this deal?
We're all in.
Okay, great.
She reaches out her hand to shake it.
As it is said, so we agree.
All right.
And so it will be.
So it will be.
She shakes your hand.
Why don't you introduce me to your friends?
Oh, yeah, have you talked to them already?
Did we talk to them already?
Yeah.
They've been standing nearby.
We were all talking to you when you showed up.
Cowslip, Maple.
I guess
They nod to you.
who's going to harvest the bezelberries?
Oh, that's okay. I can send Maypole to get a couple. How many you need?
Didn't Torbeck just slip away to do just that?
No, I
No,
think
he's
gonna-
getting Witchlight.
You've been
Frosty.
confused, but no one wanted to correct you.
Yeah. I hold up like a dead mouse.
What?
He's milking himself for Witchlight. It's just that simple.
We need to milk the beezels.
The bushes
Or
like
something
this
like
a little bit.
I thought we were gonna have to go on a little side quest to wrangle some beezels, but it's
Oh,
quite.
no, that's okay. They're not that far away. We got wings, and we've gotten beezels many times, so we can grab a couple. How many you need?
All right, I gotta do this exactly the same as last time. So what are we working with? You got the crawfish?
Well, you're gonna have to get them out of the river.
Oh, we gotta
but,
fish it.
But how many bezelberries do you need?
We need a lot.
Okay, how many?
There was a lot of bezel in that.
I mean, at least, I don't know, at least a couple handfuls.
She looks down at her hands.
You sure?
No, a couple of handfuls.
A couple of these
That's a
handfuls.
lot of beezels.
Yeah, you're gonna need probably a large
Alright.
bag.
It's at least a Beezle's dozen.
Maypole, Cowslip, you're both gonna need to be on bezel duty. Grab your satchels and go get some.
And if it's not enough, I can help with that with my spiritual magic. Namaste.
They fly up into the air and dart up into the underbrush.
Oh my god.
Roll
Welcome, Pixel.
roll a
Let
Constitution
the
saving
ritual
throw.
All right, so Torbeck will be in the bush, and he's
Any opportunity to get up on the chair.
like the
I don't
bush,
hear it.
the bush is going, and like you guys hear like grunting, and like it's definitely like it sounds like it's getting sweaty in the bush. And
I can understand you, Torbeck.
Torbeck will basically try to think about the last time he did this and attempt to like use his alchemic flesh to make one of his fingers turn more needle knife like and attempt to push and drip out some of the witchlight. Constitution saving throw, you say.
When you're done doing what you're doing, don't forget the Witchlight.
Natty fucking 20.
Let us
for-
go.
Effortless.
Perfect. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me, please.
Wisdom saving throw, you say.
It's gonna be another 20. I feel it.
Do you?
Yeah.
No, but it's
fucking
19
close.
for a total of 24.
Close.
You focus and concentrate. The bush is shaking. Anyone on the outside truly does believe that you are milking the witchlight out of your body.
Earmuffs,
you-
say,
Through your furry mushroom.
As you hold a vial and you attempt to siphon the witchlight out of your body, you imagine the mechanism releasing the witchlight and allowing it to travel through whatever contraption is embedded in your arm that leads toward these particular fingers, these needle-like fingers, and you will it to be. All the while, you hear the whistling of another voice inside of your head, waiting, just on the edges, ready to emerge. And as you concentrate, it becomes harder and harder and harder to push this whistling back. You hear a soft chuckle, but you are able to resist, as you're able to get 5 drops of witchlight
Fuck.
out of your finger.
As this is happening, there would be a lot of anybody within earshot would hear a lot of self-encouragement coming from the bush. Come on, Tormek, you can do this. Boys, Tormek, don't mess this up. Your friends are counting on you. And all 5 drops, which I guess is the most I've ever gotten.
Yes.
Last time was 1, I think.
Last time
You've
was
got
one.
this,
one
Tormek.
There's a lot of screaming. Tormek!
Try doing a countdown. That always works for me.
5, 4, 3,
Don't hurt yourself.
2, 1.
That's what you did, Andy. Not
And then when it's all done, Tormek will stumble out of the bush, sweating. There's like drool running out.
The best part about this scene is that Torbeck felt that he was completely covered by the bush, but Torbeck is almost 8 feet tall. And it was really only waist down that this bush covered. So you watched as Torbeck, hands inside the bush.
The bush was really more of a shrub.
Tormek will stumble a little. Mr. Grammy, here.
Don't drop it.
Don't use it all. Save it. Tormek is spent.
Torbeck, you need some bananas? Potassium.
Tormek will take a cigarette.
Get your electrolytes back.
I think I've got some vitamin A over here.
And a cigar.
Thanks, Gideon.
I give you.
Oh, come on, man. It's a waste of a pot. How you gonna smoke it?
He eats the cigar.
I give
Damn
you
it.
10 bananas.
Oh, thank you.
They're unended, and that's still a waste.
And then Torbeck will just like slump on the ground and like sit.
It's about this time that that Maypole and what?
He's gonna say something inappropriate.
Oh, sure. I don't.
What, Mikey?
It's about this time that the other pixies return, Maypole and Cowslip, and they have each of them has a shoulder or a satchel that is filled with what is very clearly weaselberries.
Your wings are supple and snappable.
Shut up!
Snapple.
Shut up! I'll squash you!
We wish this.
I dare you to run. You know what happens when you do.
We will be returned to the elders.
All right,
You will join us soon.
Gricko, why don't you Gib, why don't you subdue them?
One of the pixies reaches down and smashes one of the beaselberries in her hand.
Subdue the pigs?
I told you to shut up.
No,
shit.
Just put the berries out of the misery.
Oh, so, all right, Beezles. Here you come with your weird eldritch chanting. Just
Pink one. Milk off.
Oh, I don't like the way they talk to me, man. It feels weird to
Just
do this.
Keep going.
Have them say milk my flesh,
We
you
did this
know?
last time.
It
Must be done.
Please, the whispers beyond the stars.
Oh, I hate when they make those like Pikmin style ghosts that like.
No. Oh, there's so many
you, I
next
couldn't do it.
time.
Thank you.
Essence from our mortal
Close the toilet seat before you flush.
All right, just do it quieter.
All right, sorry,
Gricko,
sorry.
you gotta find me some crawfish. At least 3 of them.
What is it that you're looking for now?
Crawfish. You said that we gotta go fetch them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're just right in the river behind you.
All right, Gricko Frost. That's how you can help.
Oh.
Do you know how to catch a crawfish?
I don't, but I'm sure they can figure it out. They're smart
All right.
fellas.
Sure.
Unless there's some sort of trick that they should know about. What do you think?
Is there a trick? Or
Well, I mean, you have to give in to the crawfish's nature. You can either tell it it's, hey, I'm looking for a crawfish, you sexy beast, and then a lot of times they'll climb out of the water and flex in the sun. Or you can, because they're dumb. They're just your average himbo. And so you could also say, like, hey, crawfish, you stupid, dumb idiot, I bet you can't do this, you little bitch. And then, it'll just do whatever you tell it it can't do.
Doesn't sound like
I mean,
that
it's
would work.
a level of lack of intelligence that you can't see in anything above a crawfish.
I just need 10 minutes, and I will be able to speak and commune with them very well.
All right, I gotta focus. So you
Oh,
fellas do that. I
that
gotta
might
start
not
prepping.
work for you. The crawfish aren't very smart.
Well, I can cast Speak with Aminals. Crawfish
yeah.
is an aminal. correct?
Yeah, but crawfish speak common and sylvan and fish, so, I mean, you can talk to it regardless of the spell.
Just
Oh.
keep them alive. Remember, I need them alive.
Oh, I'll walk
Oh,
up to the
yes.
lake.
I was
It's
gonna
about how
kill
you
him with
get
my
them
mind.
out of the water.
If there's anyone who needs superior gains, I have fucking murder, death punch, whey powder, ooh, very berry flavored.
Roll a persuasion at advantage.
How long's he had that? We've been out here starving.
And I'll look at Gideon.
Oh, dang, got my hopes up.
I think it's just a clever ruse.
Oh, man.
Persuasion? Yes, with D&D Beyond it can crash and give you an error.
But again, if you like uwu berry flavor, I could learn how to make that. I mean,
Well, I
If
mean,
you're into it.
it's one of the better flavors that the Uwu brand offers. But I'm just saying, with something like that, with the explosion version, I mean, we can move mountains, man.
19.
Just don't use
Oh,
diesel.
you say this down into the water, and the water that's running is a beautiful crystalline turquoise, and you're staring into it. You see no fish in this water. It is completely clear all the way down to the bottom, and then you see as the rocks at the bottom move. And out from under them, 5 large carlfish lift and hurl this rock up out of the water as they jump out onto the banks. They're flexing their weird arms that fish shouldn't have, but these carlfish do, and they're ripped. They have abs of scales, and it's incredible as they look towards you excited. Hey, bro. You said you had whey protein powder for us?
Oh, yeah.
I'm Carl. This is Carl. That's
Murder,
Carl.
fucking
We're all
murder
Carl.
punch fist.
What do we have to do
It's
to
got
get some of those gains
Ooh,
from that?
berry cotton candy flavor.
Yeah, but is there any sugar in that? Because I'm on a low carb diet.
It's artificial. It's what they put in the Impossible.
Is that gonna give me the shits?
It's processed like yes.
Okay, cool. Because I need to lose a couple of pounds to get my weight class for this wrestling match tomorrow.
Oh.
So I'm all cool with that.
Oh.
I'm bloating. I've probably got like 2 or 3 pounds of
And
water
there's
weight.
gear to set up your camera while you lift, just in that pot over there.
No way, bro.
Yeah, it's all in one place.
Wait, so we just gotta jump into that pot and we can have some gear to set up our cameras,
Yeah.
and we'll have some of that whey protein powder that's gonna make us lose a couple of pounds.
Some
before the
fine
match.
honeys miring your gains and your pump are just there too. They're waiting in the honey pot. The pot.
Are you trying to tell me that there are some Carlotta fish over there?
Yes! Carlotta fish.
No way.
They are
You know what?
wearing leopard print jeggings.
You had me at leopard, and one of the Carls starts to flex. Come on, guys. and they immediately like launch themselves over, and they're and they
The Looney Tunes fish.
Real Carlfish would know that the Carlotta fish don't care about the gains at all. It's just other Carlfish.
that's true.
Dude,
That
you're
is
looking
true.
huge, man. You're looking great, bro. You lifting?
And as they get to the pot, that is what you hear as they're like, "God, you're sweating up a storm, man. Your abs are so glistening right now. Your scales look so good.
You got a great
Gross.
bicep pump going
Save
there.
some gains for the rest of us.
Right, bro.
I'll flip you in because I'm like really strong today." And they start flipping each other into the pot.
Bro? Okay. I need some squats, man.
And it is with that that you watch as the Carlfish flip themselves into the pot, one right after the other. Hey, what's going on? There's no way. Oh!
Is it?
And you hear nothing as you put the cap
So there's
on.
a pot.
Yeah.
Does it have water in it?
No.
We put it on.
I'm using my mind to hold portal for real this time. When you need the lid to come off, I can abide.
All right, so they're trapped in there.
Yes, unless they beat my amazing mind capabilities in a strength contest.
Oh, is this a new pot or is it with like all of the loneling juice? Those little fuckers.
No, it's
This is
the
the pot
pixies.
that's the
It's the
big
pixies pot.
Oh, thank God.
You saw them struggling with human-sized cooking
That's
accessories or utensils.
All right. Okay. I mean, let me just do some prep here.
I can't even believe you got 5 whole Carlfish in there. I mean, they're normally in pairs because they gotta pump each other up. They're very vain. They don't like to be alone. But 5 of them? Can't even believe it. That's an entire... Well, you know what a school of Carlfish is called, a gym. That's an entire gym of Carlfish.
Well, I'm very good at what I do. I have a connection to the natural world, especially when they're freakish and monstrous.
All right. Toby, this is a lot more than last time.
Yeah. Did Torment do good, Mr.
You're
Grammy?
getting better at this. All right, I'm gonna need 5 mason jars.
Don't use it all.
I'm gonna separate it into 5 mason jars and sort of water each one down with the grain alcohol like last time, exactly how I did it last time. And I'll store the others in my apron pouch so that it's nice and safe. All right, Gid, you just keep a close eye on this so they don't, take a nip of hooch while I'm not looking.
I got it.
All right, let me do my thing. And I want to start pulling out all of the ingredients. I'm going to start making I'm going to use my own pot for the stew because they're in there. So I'm going to use my own pot and I'm going to chop the vegetables and start making the roux and just sort of do my thing and attempt to start making the crawfish stew.
Yeah, it takes about an hour, but you're a chef, you're a cook. This is what you do. You don't have the time constraints of an Electrum Chef competition. And when it comes to cooking, these kinds of recipes don't leave your mind. Once you've made it, you're good to go. And you don't need to roll to succeed on this, as it comes naturally to you. But you do need the time. It takes you about an hour, and the pixies all the while are chatting with you. And it is during this hour that it's cooking, and you're right there in the middle of all of this, so you can be part of the conversation, that they decide to impart some knowledge on you.
So, we gotta do our part of the deal, yeah? And you're making the Carlfish stew. It smells amazing. I can't believe that those Carls are still in there talking about their gains.
Nobody cooks better than Cremmy.
It sure seems like it. It looks like we made a great deal. Oh, by the way, we gotta give you your fire back.
Oh yeah, cow slip. What can you do about this? Can you reignite this flame for me?
Oh, you know I can. Oh, God, you're so handsome.
Well,
It's gonna take a little kiss.
looks like I'm about to slip her the cow, if you know what I mean.
I heard that, and I am not at all bothered by it.
Oh, I shouldn't have put the hand up.
Alcohol this time?
Yeah, well, it seemed more applicable to the scenario.
She's clearly sweating.
I don't know if it's getting hot in here, or if you're getting hot in here, or if it's getting hot in here, but as long as you're all right with it, I just gotta give you a quick smooch on your lips, and you'll have your fire back.
Change his name to Rizian.
I think we're getting hot in here. Come on, Cowslip.
Oh, God.
And she looks like she's about to faint as you like put your hand behind her and keep her from falling over. And you slowly lift her up and you kiss her gently on her lips. And you immediately feel
Wow, he's really getting into it. Holy shit, I'm blushing a little.
you imagine that she was just going to give you a little bit of fire, but your passion and your dedication to the bit allowed her to provide just a little bit more flame. Kirby is pissed.
I know who he comes home to.
Save the last dance for me, please.
Slaving over a hot stove all day. Cooking his meals.
No appreciation. Let me tell you.
No, appreciate the time.
I dress him in the morning every time. Some hussy. Some looking hussy.
Give me coal, I'm gonna whip your ass.
The girls of summer. You know what I mean?
Three pixies show up.
Oh, fuck.
That's my magic number.
And all of that happens while you are engaged in this kiss with a pixie. You feel the heat of her lips as it travels throughout your body. And where there had been embers in your beard and in your hair, it turns to flames as you roar with fire. And as the kiss breaks, the flames slowly begin to fade, and you feel yourself burning brighter, even brighter than when you met the purple bird that tried to take your spark.
Even better.
Your skin is that same burnt red that it was before, and the embers are, they crackle at the base of your chin, and you feel invigorated.
I'm back! I feel like Hades from Hercules, man, when he gets all upset at the demon guys.
What?
I don't know. This is just the closest thing I could think of.
You mean the guy that was voiced by Bobcat Goldthwait?
Like that guy?
What the fuck was that guy? Like an imp?
Are you talking about Pain and Panic?
You know, it's
I was like,
really
Hades was James Woods.
That's about a little demon
Who was
guy.
the other one?
We are worms!
No, that's
curly
Pain and
hair?
Panic.
Pain and
Yeah,
Panic.
for sure.
Yeah, Payne was voiced by Bobcat Goldthwait. You know that, George?
Goldthwait.
Torbeck is deflated and sweaty on the ground.
Pull up IMDb.
Gideon's never looked better, and Torbeck's never looked worse.
That was pretty good, huh, Gid?
Oh, yeah, man. I really put the fire back in. It got me back in action.
Yeah, you look fine.
What?
A little less distinguished, but you know.
What do you mean less distinguished? I mean, I'm sizzling, Grammy.
It's a little over the top, but you know, if that's what you're into. I won't judge.
Yeah. Oh, it's what I'm into, for sure. Oh, touch it, man.
No,
Oh,
I'm
don't
not
burn
gonna-
yourself.
No, I'm not gonna touch. No,
What do you mean?
No, I'm not gonna touch it.
Okay,
I'm cooking.
Listen, I guess
I'm
just
cooking.
busy cooking, all right?
Other
Jeez.
people gotta eat from this.
Holy smokes. Can't
dirty,
take
greasy
1
hands.
second away from the pot. Just, just hang out for a minute.
Touching your grease-fired beard.
Oh, sorry. I mean, I didn't know you were having such a bad
Look,
day.
I'm ready for the crawfish. All right, just fucking get them and just dump them right in.
They're in the pot, man. You want me to, what do you want me to do?
this is my own pie. They're in that other pot over
Why
there.
don't you even use a
prison.
second pot?
The prison pot.
I'm still holding them with my mind.
Prison pot.
It's him, bro. He's an asshole.
No! It's the part that we imprison the goldfish.
Why do you keep...
You're too busy getting smooched over there to pay attention to making dinner.
Don't be jealous, man. It was narrative relevant, I think, okay? I don't even remember why I started it. I just...
Do you refer to your asshole as a prison pot?
I thought we were talking about your asshole, man. You're the one holding the Carlfish.
The normal pot, I'm holding it with my mind. It's closed. This is where the Carlfish are.
Oh, yeah. Well, everybody knows when you're imprisoned by hobgoblins, you refer to your asshole as your prison pot.
I didn't know that.
See, if you gotta hide things away, you tuck it away in your little, hiding place.
What
you know
kinds of
I mean?
things?
Well, like screwdrivers, pipe
Torbeck's sphincter shuts immediately hard.
you know,
Fish planes.
like gauges, heat mechanics, you know, like anything.
You got a whole Home Depot up there?
I always get lost in these things. Where's the gardening section? Holy shit.
You need a belt grinder?
Oh, damn, weed whacker.
I am no good.
Jesus.
Someone in chat said a prison pot of holding.
Yes, sir. Alright, give me these crawfish, man. Let them go, let them go.
You ready?
No. Well, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, I got the pot.
I've released them. Now you can just very quickly dump them into
Oh,
the
there
pot.
they go.
Yeah, I got them.
Just dump them in, dump them in.
Go, go, go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh.
What are they doing? Mike using shake weights?
This was a nice
Shake waiting.
Yeah, they're shake weights.
Oh no, Libra!
We cut to the bottom of the river, the cove that they came out of. The 6th Carlfish is down there. He wakes up. Bros?
Oh no, bro!
Bros! Where'd you go, bros?
Who's
Come
gonna,
back.
who's gonna spot me now?
Rest now, rest now. And as soon as I feel it still, I pull the lid off. Okay. We're standing there still flexing and alright, well, I guess that's how it was. Now for the secret ingredient. I'll take a lid off of one of the mason jars and I'll just put in 2 drops, I believe, of witch's brew.
You know who else makes a good gumbo?
We're out of control.
Stab him.
Oh no, bro!
Oh, this is new gumbo. You dumb idiot.
No way.
Got some chips, got some dip.
And then I will stir it, and I will let it simmer for another, I don't know, 15 minutes.
You let it simmer for another 15 to 20 minutes, and it is during this time that the pixies get together and they have these small little stumps that they're sitting upon, and they prepare to give you the information that you need.
I gotta apologize for all of it. We are normally not like this.
Roll a deception check.
The fuck are you talking about?
Deception? Am I disadvantaged?
Yeah.
Oh god. Deception, eh? 15 actually.
At disadvantage?
Yeah. It was a 13 and 17 and I plus 2.
Oh, you're full of shit. You're like this all the time. This definitely comes naturally to you guys.
You're very insightful, Spider Lily.
Thanks. I try to be. All right, well, you need some information. Because if you're like this all the time, you're not going to survive in thither if you don't get some help.
I'm surprised we're not all dead already.
Do you even want to stay in the Feywild anymore? Why don't you just get out?
We're in severe debt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's okay. Well, that's the information. I'm just going to go ahead and relay all of the information to you because, well, the girls are...
Is it a lot of information?
No, it's just 2 bits of information. That's all we made a deal for. But the other girls are kind of out of commission as they're looking up at Gideon right now.
And you see that the 2 other pixies are staring up at Gideon.
So yeah, well, you're in severe debt? Well, you might want to go see Ned.
Ned?
Yeah.
Can he, like, clear our debt so we can go home?
Kind of sounds like he works in finance.
Ned?
You keep saying the word Ned, and then you hear Maypole turn around.
What are you talking about? His name's not Ned, it's Nib.
Nib?
Are you sure it's Nib? Are you sure it's not Neve? No, I'm pretty sure it's Nib.
I don't know. That's a stupid name. Who's ever named Nib? That guy's named Nib. And they argue for a little bit. She goes, fine, I'll acquiesce. His name's Nib. I'm pretty sure it's Ned.
Ned?
Well, I don't know. I guess you can use both of those names and see which one's right. Anyway, he's an old miser that lives in a cave off in the forest somewhere. It might be kind of hard to find. I don't quite know the direction. Well, they're the changes. Kind of like it's rotating every hour.
What kind of miser is he?
Oh, he's an old miser that toils inside of a cave. Oh, but the reason you want to see him is what? Oh, no. We're not going to go there. No,
is he like a lukewarm miser, maybe?
No, he's a gold miser. So the thing is, he made a deal with Granny Nightshade. Do you want to hear about this or not?
Why'd you ask if he was a lukewarm miser?
So who's Granny Nightshade? Is it another hag we have to worry about?
You just ignoring me?
It's just what we call Scabatha Nightshade.
Scabatha!
Yeah. Anyway, Granny Nightshade made a deal with him because he showed up here from the material plane out of one of those fairy circles, you see. And he had been doing some business in a town called Ogway. And apparently, through nefarious deeds with some person named Remy Guru, he had ruined the lives of tons and tons of people. He was running some kind of scheme with housing, and a lot of women and children and downtrodden lost their lives and their homes because of him. And then this Remy Guru person threatened him for all of the money that he'd made, so he ran off to the Feywild. And then once he got here, he drank from one of the pools and became overcome with emotions. And the emotion he was overcome with was guilt. Guilt for what he'd done to those people. So he made a deal with her to try and make amends for what he'd done to them. So now he lives in a cave, right? It's a cave, right? Is it Ned or Nib? Anyway, he lives in a cave, and all of his gold that he made from this bad dealing with this Remy Guru guy, he has to spin into magical items worth even more. And he has to keep doing that until all of the money's gone. So his cave is just filled with gold and magical items with countless amounts of, well, whatever wealth it is that you material planewalkers utilize. It's wild.
That is a fascinating story. Do you know if he has any weaknesses or fears?
Oh, yeah, I do, because the thing is, part of the deal he made with Granny Nightshade is he can't leave that cave until he's spun all of the gold into magical items that he's given to other people. He can't have a single cent of his money's back, you know? And he's now haunted by the shades of the people of whose lives he destroyed. If he looks at them. So he wears a blindfold so he can't see these shades as they try and torment them, because they just live behind him all the time. So he can't see anything at all.
So he'll never see us coming.
Well, no, but he can hear you. He wouldn't be able to see what you're doing, though, because he's horrified of those shades.
But if there was some sort of loud cacophony, he wouldn't be able to hear underneath the sound of the drone that might be.
Oh, no, probably not, no.
Wait, how did people lose their lives to like a housing scheme?
What are you talking
You said
about?
people lost their lives.
Yeah, because they didn't have houses anymore. He kicked them out onto the streets where they sold everything that they had to try and get food, but they couldn't find jobs, and then they ended up dying in the streets. There were kids that were sick, and he kicked them out of their house, and they died.
And was this in the Feywild, or was this?
No, this was in Ogway.
Oh.
This man sounds like he's in a lot of pain that he probably doesn't need to live with anymore if he could be parted from it. Someone should assist him with his grief.
Have I heard of Nib?
No.
I never heard of this fucking guy.
Yeah, you think he's running a con in Ogway and we didn't know about him? How the hell did that happen?
Was he not your co-worker or something?
I thought the housing crisis in Ogway had something to do with the Central Bank of Hogwarts, the Federal Reserve or something. I don't remember anything about
that would
this nib
stand
guy.
to reason.
What if there's some weird time stuff going on? It either happened a long time ago or hasn't happened yet.
How long ago was the housing crisis? Was that like a long time ago?
Feels like forever.
That's a good point. I don't know how old Guru is.
He's just a human. How old could he be?
I don't know. I always assumed he was in his, 50s, but maybe he's found some way may have struck some deal with the good Baron to extend that.
But yeah, so that's the additional information I can give you about Thither that could help you out a little bit. And then the other thing that I'm contractually obligated to talk to you about are the fairy circles. Now, as I've said, there are fairy circles all over Thither, and they were here long before Granny Nightshade took over. And before she took over, they were around to teleport their Fey crossings back to the material plane of Evantris. And each fairy circle goes to a different place. There's a way to activate them, to use them, which is really, really cool. And I'll tell you exactly how to do it, but the thing is, some of the fairy circles have been corrupted by Granny Nightshade, and they no longer... they can still function, but they're twisted by her nature. So, we won't talk about those, because that wasn't part of the deal. However, we will talk about the ones that are uncorrupted. Now, you have to remember, both fairy circles look exactly the same. Visually, there's no way to tell which one's which, not until you stand inside of it, so you better hope you're lucky. Anyway, the uncorrupted ones are really, really, really interesting. So, what's going to happen with the uncorrupted ones is that you will find that they are homes to Campestries. Kind of like the creatures that you became. That's why when you step through the fairy circle on your way into the place, you turn into a Campestry. It's kind of difficult magic because it doesn't always work the way it's supposed to. If you step into Thither through a Fey crossing like that one right on the border, you can be a little warped. If you walk into one intentionally, you don't have to worry about losing your bodies. You will have to deal with the Campestry, though. They are lovers of song. They don't really communicate outside of anything but song, and they can be bonded with through musical means, which can help you a lot. However, that's not necessarily what you're looking for, though the Campestries can be very kind, so you should be nice to them. What you're wanting is how to activate the Fey crossing, and this is where it gets difficult. You walk inside of it.
Okay.
And then, holding a wand or a stick of wood above your head,
Okay.
you're going to run in a circle counterclockwise.
Shitterwins.
While saying, 3 turns Widdershins and off we go.
Okay.
Now, if done properly, and there's another thing to it as well. What was it? Something about your blood.
Turns.
Anyway, I'm sure that's not important. If it's done correctly, it will teleport you to the material plane that is connected to that particular fairy circle. That's all you gotta do. And the great part is, there will be a matching fairy circle on the other side that works exactly the same way for the most part.
Are you sure you can't remember the blood thing?
It had something to do with the type of blood you have in your body.
Is that enough to satisfy the contract, the deal you've made?
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you say so.
So you saying that these fairy circles, they sort of act like the color-coded cauldrons from Banjo-Tooie?
I don't know what that means.
But that's actually exactly how they work, right?
Back me up on this, Rick. That's what it sounds like.
yeah.
So how do we know what a fairy circle is? What does it look like?
Oh, so you're walking through the forest, and you come to what appears to be a clearing at first, but really, it's a ring of mushrooms, toadstools, really, that encircle a plot of ground that's brimming with vegetation, but not like trees tall. It's like you can walk in it. It's just like moss and other mushrooms and things. And it's almost as if someone took like a lawnmower. I'm sure you know what those are. We have them all over the Feywild. And they mowed the grass right in that spot and then put up mushrooms around. It's kind of what it looks like.
Are you thinking of a lawn miser, perhaps?
Oh, no.
Didn't we walk through something like that before we got to the carnival?
A lawnmower?
Oh man, not a lawn miser. I'm saying like a mushroom circle, and then those things threw those colored orbs at us. We had to get covered in glitter. Remember that?
What?
Before the carnival, we're in a big circle. We're getting taunted.
Oh, yes.
Grammy just handled Le Pew.
Uh-huh.
Man. And then, we're in that giant circle. We were making our way to the carnival.
I vaguely recall that happening, yes. It was like a year ago.
It feels like a year ago.
Yeah. Maybe that was a fairy circle.
Why is it playing this song?
Play the Hellboy 2 trailer.
Oh my god, how long has it been playing songs that it shouldn't be playing?
In a world where nothing is sacred.
We're gonna get demonetized. And then we'll have to put some music over and everyone's gonna be like, I can't hear shit. Why is this music so fucking loud? Turn it down. And I'm like, sorry, the YouTube algorithm creates your audio pulses.
Mace has turned on his flashlight.
And I think that fulfills the deal.
Well, we still need to have our end to provide a very award-winning, critically acclaimed crawfish stew.
And it's done.
Oh, wow.
Pass it out to everybody.
You ladle out the carlfish stew and you feast. And it does seem to fulfill the pact.
Yeah, you really brought out the himbo.
Ooh.
Okay, Hootsie, remember like we did last time, let's make a wish. And she'll grab onto one arm and I'll grab onto another. We'll snap. Oh, you get to wish again.
I'm still lucidly aware.
Oh, no. I want to suck on the head.
I knew that was coming.
What do you think?
Oh, it's delicious. We love it.
Well,
I love the little coralfish eyes. I put them in my mouth and I just suck on them until they pop.
Don't forget to take off the neon shorts.
all right. Well, it's been a pleasure. I guess. Oh, when do we go next?
Should we camp? I mean, it feels like it's getting late, right?
Oh, I'm pretty exhausted actually. Yeah, maybe we should.
Looking above, it does look like it's now reaching twilight. The sun is dipping below the horizon, and night will fall eventually.
Is it all right if we just set up camp here? You're certainly welcome to
Sure,
join us.
this is where we're gonna stay tonight, so as long as you don't mind the company.
We can tell stories and exchange perhaps games or
Oh, I would love that.
riddles.
That would be a lot of fun.
Oh, a little bit of Beaselberg.
Yes, exactly right.
Yeah, that whispers of the old ones. Remembering the swings.
Those old ones, they come and go, I'll tell you.
They do. Delicious. Crummy. This is even better than the last one you made.
I agree, you've perfected
Some of your
this somehow.
best work, man.
Well, you know, practice makes perfect. You know, there's 8 of us. We could play a pretty solid game of poker. What do you think, fellas?
Oh, we gonna play strip poker?
Yeah.
Well, no. Well, I guess y'all don't have
Oh,
money.
poker! I'm very good at poker. I learned from that very friendly frogman atop of the hungry catfish. And he said I was doing really well. Because I won one hand.
How'd you do overall? If I recall correctly, you lost all your gold pieces.
Yes,
just
didn't-
like I did.
Oh, and then I asked you for more, and you gave it
And
to
I
me.
did, yeah, because I
Yeah.
had that funny drink.
Yeah.
From
And
Pierre.
then I guess I ended. Well, you know what they said. That's what the bullywug said. They said, "Oh, well, it's okay. The house always ends."
Yeah.
Well, in this game, there will be no house. Just us and the cold logic of the randomly shuffled cards in front of us.
But if we're not playing for money, I mean, what's the point?
I'm sure we could think of something to play for. Perhaps more advice? They seem to be interested in exchanging clothing items for some reason.
What do you think? Do you care about gold pieces? Do you have any?
No.
We could play for trinkets.
We have trinkets.
I sang a song about this displacer beast eyeball. That's pretty cool.
We can play for teeth.
Our teeth, or just teeth we find in general in the world?
It doesn't really matter as long as you got teeth.
Norbeck Falls.
I don't have any teeth.
I'm all in.
I don't really have any teeth to give.
Why don't we play like 20 questions or something? I put the deck of cards back in my jacket.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it bigger than a bread crate?
Is what? Bigger than a bread crate?
I thought we were playing 20 questions.
Oh, I don't know how to fucking play 20 questions. I figured you did.
Oh, all right. You go.
I go what?
You have to ask me a question about the thing that I'm thinking
Oh,
of.
I got it. Is it bigger than a bread crate?
And this is what happens
What is it?
for the next couple of hours as the sun dips down below the horizon and night falls. You set up camp. You fashion a makeshift tent between the trees to give yourself shelter as rain begins to come in, and you cover yourself. And the pixies set up little leaf hammocks in the boughs of the trees, enjoying the rain, not wanting to get out of it. As you all lay down your bedrolls, and you cover the fire so that it can continue to generate heat as the temperature begins to drop, and it begins to get colder in this evening. But the air is fresh, and the smell of the rain in the forest is one that you haven't smelled in a long, long time. And there is something about this place that, even though it's different than hither had been, there's something almost safe about where you're at in this moment. And you breathe a sigh of relief as you all crawl into your bedrolls and cozy yourself up for a long night's sleep. Hopefully a restful night. Gideon, you take Twig's puppet body and you see that she has a look of serenity on her face, but she is simply that, a puppet, and nothing more. You tuck her into bed next to you, and you all fall into a deep sleep. You all benefit from a long rest.
Ooh.
Awesome.
And as you wake up in the morning to the sounds of bees and birds and fauna, you are immediately met with something startling. This is not where you had fallen asleep the night before. The rock at the 45-degree angle is no longer there, nor is the pixie campsite or the rushing waters of the river that flowed down from whatever mountain the water had led from. You are deep, deep in the midst of the forest, in a very, very small little grove, barely large enough to contain the makeshift camp that you have made. And though your tent is still attached to two trees and set up, these are not the trees that you had seen the day prior. These ones have a dark plum bark to them, and their leaves are a beautiful lilac. And they are clearly not the trees or even the forest you had been in the night before. And that is where we'll end the session.
Thanks for running the session, dude.
What in the hell?
Brilliant. I'm very excited for next week.
Oh, it was a lot of fucking fun.
We're not done. What's next, Andy?
Someone else.
What's next, Mike?
Evantress and Chill.
What's next, Derek?
Someone else.
What's next, Mason?
Evantress and Chill.
Evantress and Chill.
Hey!
You can catch us after the session, talking about our favorite moments, sharing some theories, answering your questions, talking about the Crooked Moon, our very cool brand new Kickstarter that we're super excited about.
So if you're not gonna stick around, we'll be back on Monday on
Saturday.
Saturday. Holy shit!
Saturday.
We're back. Oh my
Be
God.
here. You want to be here
We
on
don't have very
Saturday.
much to do before then, so we're fine. We're fine.
What's on
Sick,
Saturday?
Stardust Rhapsody.
Episode
World premiere.
Join us in space, where we will
totally
take
forgot.
to the stars.
This is the first brand new campaign premiere that we've had since we actually got an audience.
Yeah.
Basically,
It's crazy to think about.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is the first one. So for almost every single one of you, this is your first chance to be there for a campaign premiere.
Ground level.
Yeah.
You don't
You're
gotta
gonna
catch
see some
up.
shit you ain't never seen before.
Get fucking ready.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's fucking go.
It's space, science fantasy,
Yeah.
and it'll be monthly on Saturdays. We're starting at 1 p.m., I think.
Yes.
1 p.m.
1
Games
p.m.
go
on
live at 1
Saturdays.
p.m.
Yes.
So we will punch at 1, and then
Eastern
after
time.
that, we have Neon Nights over on YouTube, our talk show on Monday. We're back here Wednesday for more Witchlight. Anything else you should mention? All right.
No, I think we're good.
With
Let's
that,
chill.
Let's chill.